Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at iOS 26 and see how it holds up on the iPhone SE 2020 model. Now, the thing I can definitely tell you about this update was that it was a very interesting ride. I installed beta 1 all the way up to the latest beta, or to the RC version that we have now, which is basically the official version, and it was a ride. So we basically had this update at about 7.22 gigabytes on a majority of my phones. So make sure you have that much storage saved on your device if you plan on installing it. Now the UI and the design of it is very different. So we now have this like a liquid glass type of design. So as you kind of scroll through, things will look a lot kind of more fluid, look a lot more see-through. So you can see there's like this glass texture as you're kind of going through and using your particular application. So that right there I think is actually a really nice thing. The same thing is there for the control center. So you'll start to see it as you kind of maneuver around with it. But that right there I think is a really cool thing to have. Now it's also there inside of applications, so if you go inside of an app, you'll also see it at the bottom right here as you kind of swipe through. And it is actually a really nice touch that they kind of threw in there. Now there's also a new app animation opening. So if you kind of go through and click on an application, you can see it's a lot more fluid as it kind of jumps onto the display. And on this phone, it's actually one of the smoothest ones I've seen. So I don't know why it's so smooth on the iPhone SE2, but it's so much more evident on this phone. So you can kind of see what happens when you have an application on the dock. It looks so much more, you can kind of see it more visibly. Now on top of that, we also have a new camera design here too. So the camera application looks a lot more different, but I think it looks a lot nicer. On the bottom, you still have the same toggles, but you're able to kind of scroll through here and still get, different types of, things here, like the different modes. And you can also still swipe through and kind of get the same approach there as well. Now hopping out of here, we also have a new phone application UI, which looks pretty good. And we also have some improvements within iMessage. So iMessage gave us a lot of cool things inside of it. So now what we can do is we can set up custom backgrounds inside of iMessage. And what we can do is we can also go through and, actually start sending polls out in, group chats inside of iMessage as well. So that is also another really cool thing that they kind of threw in there as well. And I do think if you're going to go through and, pick up a certain software, this right there I think is a really cool thing that they kind of threw in there. And I, for one, I'm a big fan of that when it comes down to it. There's also new capability within CarPlay. CarPlay looks nicer. A lot of stock apps got, improvements as well. And within Apple Games, we now have this new Apple Games application, which basically allows us to go through and kind of see all the information within our games and all these other things throughout it as well, which is also another really cool thing that we have. So it's a cool update. There's a lot of cool things brought into it. I don't know if I would recommend installing this update just yet, though. I think there might be some better, things around the corner, like iOS 26.1. I'd probably recommend waiting out until that update comes out, but that is pretty much all I have to say about this update. I'd probably recommend waiting out until the next version. So until then, that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.